WOLLERT. My name is Robert Ozzimo. I proudly represent the company of Harcourts, Rata and Co. I'm joined here by some of the best in the business. The team in blue, should you require their advice, please feel free to approach either Mr. Alex Dukas, Mr. Sherry Singh and of course Miss Emilia Faba, who no doubt you've had the opportunity of meeting throughout the marketing campaign. Buyers, let me share with you the following announcements which in place have you bid and buy with absolute confidence here today. The auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules and any additional conditions that are made available for inspection before the start of the auction. The auction rules prohibit an auctioneer from accepting bids or offers for a property after the property has been knocked down to the successful bidder. The vendors have a reserve price as the auctioneer. I'll indicate bidders on request. The law prohibits false bids, prohibits major disruptions by bidders and prohibits bidders attempting to prevent others from bidding and provides for fines for such conduct. The rules permit for vendor bids. The words I'll use during the auction to indicate that I'm making a bid on behalf of the vendor are vendor bid, and by law only I, as the auctioneer, can make a vendor bid. The contract of sale has been on display prior to tonight's auction. We call for 10% deposit upon the fall of the hammer and the signing of that contract to take place here tonight, with the balance to be paid at settlement in a flexible 30 to 90 days time. All in all, quite a straightforward contract. Everything's in here, everything's quite clear. Buyers, is with my highest recommendation what we offer for your consideration and competition here tonight. I don't propose to go on and on. I know that I've kept you waiting here tonight, but what a great opportunity for this to get into this climbing market. We've seen a lot of growth in 2025. This should continue into 2026. So you have the opportunity to earn capital growth rather than wait and pay it down the track. And what a location to do that in. We've got so much infrastructure around us. Easy access to transport, easy access to schools, easy access to shopping, restaurants, all within easy reach. The townhome itself, a great example of WOLLERT living, maintained immaculately, absolutely nothing to do. And need I say, park fronted here. You've got one of the biggest front yards in WOLLERT and you don't even have to look after it or mow the lawn. You could come out here with your budgie smugglers and your bikini and sunbake in the summer months ahead. So what a great opportunity to get into the market now, buyers. Now's the opportunity. If you want to get the sold sticker on the board right now, buyers, is a chance to do that. Where can I see a fair and reasonable starting bid for 15 Meroo Walk? Who'd like to start us off? I don't mind the call. It's okay, none of the neighbours come out in their budgie smugglers. You don't let me put you off. I don't mind the call, buyers. I'm in your hands. I know we have a few interested parties here tonight. This is your chance. I've had my say. It's time for you to have yours. We're certainly here to sell, and we have a reserve price reflective of that. So this is your chance to show the competition that the keys belong to you. It's your chance to mark your territory, to stake your claim, buyers. I don't mind the call. I'm in your hands. I've had my say. Time for you to have yours now, buyers. Who'd like to start us off? Always takes a brave soul to raise their hand first in an auction, get proceedings started. You've got that chance now. I don't mind, buyers, as I said. Oh, perhaps a few shy bidders among us here tonight. Certainly you haven't come out this evening just to see me stand on this grassy knoll and yell at you in front of a property. I know that we're here with interest tonight. I would be flattered if that was the case, but I think the townhome is the bigger attraction here. So you've got the chance to own it tonight. I don't mind the call, as I said. Who'd like to start us off? Well, I'll make it nice and easy with a vendor bid at 500,000 and we'll go there from there at 500 the bid. At 500,000 now, bid with me. At 500,000, opportunity with you all though at 500 the bid. At $500,000 now. At $500,000, any better bid. Any better offer than 500. At 500,000 now, at 500. At 10 now, at 510,000. Welcome, best of luck. You kept me waiting there tonight, sir. At 510,000, I wish you the best of luck here tonight. At 510,000, fairly been offered. At 510,000, plenty of room to move here at 510. At 510,000, fairly been offered. Bid there, opportunity with you all. At 510,000, any better bid, any better offer. Same courtesy at $10,000 to every other interested party here tonight. At 510 the bid, got to be 20 in the rise. First call at 510,000, done at 20. Welcome and best of luck at 520 now. At 520,000 now. At 520,000, bid there, back against you, sir. At 520,000, fairly been offered. What a great outlook this is here tonight. 520,000. At 520,000, an easy location to love at 20 now, and the bid's there. At 520 the bid. At 530,000 now. At 530 and make it 40 in the rise. At 530 the bid. At 530,000, fairly been offered now. At 530 the bid. At 530 the bid. Bid's there. Opportunity with you. One bid won't cut it here tonight. One bid won't get you the keys. At 530 the bid. At 530,000, fairly been offered. First call at 530, all done. Oh, scared me for a second, that thing. Second call at 530,000. I thought it was a bid. 530,000, done, finished. Third, final call at 530,000. All done, finished, silent out. Bids there. Opportunity with you down here. At 5, I'm taking 10, sir. Can I say 540? At 530,000, I might circle back to you at 530. The bid's here at 530,000. At 530, the bid looking for 40 in the rise. First call at 530, all done. Second call at 530,000, done and finished. Third, final call at 530, done, finished, silent out. Can I get you back in, back on top for 540? The bid's there at 30. Still great buying at that. At 530,000, 40 will get you back on top. What was that? At 5? No, man, but we are extremely close. If we don't meet the reserve, we'll only deal with the highest bidder. We can't give you the opportunity to negotiate after the auction at that point. And we're that close that I'm sure that the next time you'll see us is as we're putting the sold sticker on. So if you're here to buy, show me now. 530,000. Can I say 40? Up to you. At 530, no pressure. At 530,000. First call at 530,000, all done. Second call at 530, done and finished. Third, final call at 530, the bid. All done, finished. Silent out. I'll move along then at 40 with a bid. I'll take 5. So you wore me down at 500. At 535, 5, if you like, at 35, I have now 535, make it 40. At 535,000, bid that, 535 the bid, 40, it's got to be, made it easy for you, sir. At 540, at 540, your 5 still good with me, sir. If you've got it at 540 in the bid, 10, make it 45. At 540,000, at 540,000, fairly been offered now, 540 the bid, got to be 45 in the rise. First call at 540,000, all done. At 540,000, bids there. Second call at 540, done. Finished. Third, final call at 545. Welcome back, sir, at 45 and 50 if you like. At 545,000, bid here now at 545. At 545,000. At 545,000, fairly been offered now at 545. Got to be 5.5 in the rise. At 50 now, got at 550,000. At 550,000. At 550, we are on the market. Met that reserve. We are selling here tonight at 550,000. So if there's no better bid, you'll be holding the keys at 550,000. We're on the market and selling. So if you've come to buy, you have to show me your interest now. At 550,000, fairly been offered. On the market, selling. Not go. Was that a bid, Alex? No. Oh, so I apologise. At 550,000, not going inside to seek instructions. My instructions have been given. They are clear. They are to sell here tonight. So at 550,000, the bid's there. The keys are there. We're on the market and selling. If you've come to bid, bid me now or forever hold your peace. At 550, the bid. 555. At 555 now. 555. Perhaps lucky 5s for you tonight, sir. At 555,000, bid there now. 555 and back against you. At 555,000, this is where it counts. We're selling here tonight. Got to dig deep if you want to buy. At 555,000, are we all done over there? At 555. At 555,000. At 555,000, fairly been offered here now at 555. At 60. At 65, sir. At 65, a great bid at that. That's how you buy property. Big bids buy property. At 500, so you got me all excited. At 565. At 565 and the bid's there. 70 if you like. At 565 the bid. At 565,000, fairly been offered now at 565. We sell away if there's no further bidding. At 565 the bid. 70. That's 70 now and welcome back at 70. At 570,000. At 570,000 now, fairly been offered at 570. My right, your left. Opportunity with you though, but the keys are there as it stands at 70 the bid. At 570,000, fairly been offered. At 570. At 570,000 and 80 now. Another great bid at 80 at 580,000. So the best way to beat a big bid is with an even bigger one. At 580,000, the bid's there. I missed that. What did you say?
You've got to keep working.
At 5, I'll work as long as you keep bidding, sir. I'll work. At 580,000 and the bid's there. At 580 the bid. At 580,000, fairly been offered. I'll work until you tell me you're out or you give me a bid at 580 now, fairly been offered. At 580,000, bids there, keys are there, we sell. At 580 the bid once. At 580,000, done. Second call at 580,000, done and finished. 2.5. At 2.5 at 5.8, 2.5. At 582,500. I feel 590 coming, sir. At 5, I'll bet it, well, better yet, 600 at 5.8, 2.5, and the bid's there. At 582,500, fairly been offered now at 5.8, 2.5. At 582,500, fairly been offered. Bids here, keys are here. We're selling here tonight. Once at 582.5, done. Twice at 582.5, done and finished. Third, final call at 582,500.
I'll put 100
I won't take 100, sir. I'll take 500 if it helps you. At 582 and a half.
83, I'll go
At 83, at 583, at 583,000. Bid there now, 583. Got him down to $500 bid, so this is the time to respond with a big one. At 583, the bid's there. Opportunity with you at 583,000. If there's no further bids, we'll sell there. Keys are there as it stands. At 583, the bid. First call at 583,000. Done. Second call at 583 and a half. Got your competition down, so you also it's a $500 bids at 583,500. How about 85 in the rise at 584? At 584,000, the quick retort. Small bids help the competition come along. Big bids lock the competition out at 584,000. Fairly been offered now at 584 bid here. My left, your right, opportunity with you at 84 there. At 584, at 584 the bid. Once at 584, at 584,000. Twice at 584. Third and final call at 584,000. All done at 500, 584 and a half. At 584 and a half bid there. Got to be 85 at least in the rise, but I think you've got a bigger bid in you, sir. At 584 and a half of the bids here.
85.
At 85 now at 585. At 585,000. Back there now at 585. Brick by brick we'll go here tonight at 585 till the job's done. At 585,000. Fairly been offered now. At 585 bid here. Opportunity with you. At 5855, at 585 and a half, at 585,500 now, bid back here again, keys back here again at 585 and a half, at 585,500. We're definitely done over there, ma'am, so thank you very much for your participation here tonight. At 585,500, bids there, keys are there, opportunity with you, so if you tell me you're out, I'll sell there. At 585 and a half now, once at 585,500, done.
90.
590.
At 590, at 590,000, at 590 and a great bid at that at 590,000. Fight fire with fire, sir. Give me a big bid at 590,000. Fairly been offered at 590 the bid. At 590,000 bid there. Opportunity again with you, but we're about to sell at 590,000. You've got those keys. Show me now at 590 the bid. At 590,000. Fairly been offered. Keys rest here for the moment at 590,000. Once at 590 all done. At 95, great bid at 590. Oh, I thought you said 500.
590 and a half.
I overestimated your bid, sir. At 590 and a half. At 590,500 bid there now. 590 and a half, fairly been offered. At 590,500 bid there. Opportunity back with you now. At 590 and a half. At 590,500. At 590,500, fairly been offered. 590 and a half now. Once at 590,500, all done. Second call at 590,500, done and finished. Third
500 up.
at 591, at 591 now the bid. At 591,000, the bid back here at 591. Opportunity back with you, sir. Ball's in your court at 591, but the keys are there. At 591,000, has he done enough? At 591, fairly been offered. At 591,000, we play for keeps here tonight. No second chances. Once the hammer falls, we're sold. At 591 the bid. At 591,000, once at 591, all done. Second call at 591,000, done, finished. Third, final call at 591, the bid, all done, all finished, all silent out at 591. We're out over here
Another 500.
at 591 and a half, at 591,500, at 591,500. Opportunity back with you, sir. Ball back in your court again at 591 and a half, at 591,500. Fairly been offered now at 591 and a half. Bid here at 591,500. Keys here at 591 and a half, at 591,000.
92.
At 92 now at 592. 592 the bid. 592,000, fairly been offered now at 592. Don't walk away for $100,000 bid at 592,000. Christmas is around the corner. What a great present for the family. At 592 bids there. At 592,000 once at 592. Second call at 592,000. Third, final call at 592. Done, finished. Silent and out at 592,000. Bids there, keys are there. At 592 and a half, at 590 and a quarter, at 592 and a half now, at 592,500, at 95 now, another great bid, sir, at 595, at 595,000. Now, sir, 600,000 might be the barrier for the competition. If it is, you want to get there first. It might be at 595. At 595, the bid's there. At 595, and the opportunity's with you. At 595,000. At 595,000, fairly been offered. At 595. At 96 now. At 596. Take me to 600, sir. As I said, it might be the competition's barrier at 600. At 596,000. Are you absolutely sure? Definitely done. Thank you very much for your bidding here tonight. At 596,000. Might have done it with the one, sir. At 596, the bid. First call at 596,000. Done. Second at 596.5. I had a feeling you weren't quite done yet, sir. At 596.5. At 596,500 now. At 596.5, and the bid's there. The opportunity back with you at 596.5. Fairly been offered now at 596,500. We sell away here tonight. First call at 596.5. Done. Second call 596,500. Done. Finished. Third, final call at 596,500, all done, all finished. Do you want a bid, sir? 596.5. Maybe I'll see you in 18 years at 596,500. Third and final call, sir. We're there to have your absolute best here tonight. In around, you've got the opportunity now, but I'm about to sell at 597 now, 597,000. Almost had those keys for good, sir. At 597,000, but they're back here now at 597 the bid. At 597,000, perhaps take me to 6 and get the job done. At 597 now. At 597,000, fairly been offered at 597 the bid. Fairly been offered here. My right, your left. Again, opportunity with you at 597 the bid. First call at 597. All done. Second call at 597, done and finished. Third, final call at 597,000. We have to find some filler words, sir. 597,000. At 98. At 598 now. 598,000. Are we absolutely done now?
That was a quick.
Definitely done. Thank you very much for your spirit of being here tonight, sir. 598,000. The keys rest here at 598 the bid. First call at 598, all done. Second call at 598,000, done and finished. Third, final call at $598,000 the bid. All done, all finished, all silent out at 598. Bids here, done over there. So I've got to save it for Saturday. We're definitely done. Show me your eyes and tell me you're done, so I don't. You've got poker face there. You're definitely done. Thank you very much for being here tonight. At 598,000, we sell away here once, twice, third, final call at 598. Done, finished, silent out. We are selling, 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 sold. Congratulations and well bid. Please join me in congratulating our purchasers and our vendors here today. You've just witnessed another successful Harcourts Rata and Co auction. Have a great weekend or week ahead. See you again soon. Thank you. Congratulations, well done, well bid. Who's the buyer?
Yeah, we are the buyer.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, I didn't
well
see
done,
it.
well done.
Thanks.
Oh, then, okay. Congratulations.
Thank you.